Okay, so you were probably tracking with me until the last one. Dance with my husband? He died. He's dead. I don't feel like partying. I can't even imagine partying with him. And this is probably the linchpin in the difference between the revelation I've received about mourning and what everyone else out there is teaching. The quote unquote grief industry is obsessed with how you're feeling, bearing witness to and affirming those feelings, making space for you to respect and nurture those feelings, and helping you to process those feelings on your unique timeline. The grief industry is obsessed with you. And my question is, why? You're not the one who died. Yes, grief sucks. Yeah, it hurts. Yes, you're alone. Full stop. Sit in that. Feel it. Grief is awful. But how about dying? How about coming to the end of the road and having to say goodbye to everyone and everything you've loved for your entire life? How about having everything and everyone you've cared about taken away from you once and for all at the same time and not being able to do a thing about it? Mourning sucks, but dying sucks more. And when you realize that and accept that, then it makes possible the possibility that you can acknowledge that maybe, just maybe, full and complete mourning is not just about you. Maybe it's about your husband too. When you allow yourself to consider your husband's loss, it puts you within reach of a very important switch. A switch you can flip whenever you want to, and a switch that will make the difference in your world. Let me tell you a true story. Maybe a version of this has already happened to you. My wife and I went to a special midweek evening service at the church we attended at the time in Fort Myers, Florida. This was like 30 years ago. It was a difficult time, a very difficult time in our lives. Our family was in crisis. Every day was a struggle. We were excited about the service, though, because a prophet with a strong reputation for speaking into people's lives was coming to minister. I saw this as an opportunity to get a word from God that could show us the way out of the wilderness we were in. During the service, sure enough, the prophet calls for people to come forward who are in a wilderness. My wife and I responded quickly with many others, and the prophet went down the line speaking into people's lives. But when he got to me, he skipped over me and looked directly at my wife. He spoke a word into her life, a word that was clearly a word from God, that was uniquely for her. And then he moved on down the line and never returned to me. Needless to say, I was crestfallen. I was so close. But what I yearned for didn't happen for me. A mix of awful emotions are churning inside of me at the altar of that church sanctuary, and I'm just devastated. And then it hit me. I didn't get what I came for, but my wife got something she didn't expect. In the midst of my own pain, I was able to see her joy, and my switch came into view. It was up to me to flip it, and I did. I chose to celebrate my wife's unexpected blessing instead of wallowing in the muck of what I didn't get, what I had lost. In my sadness, I chose to share in her happiness. While still feeling my loss, I chose to rejoice in her gain, because that's what partners do. That's what lovers do. That's what spouses do. And that's what widows do. Yeah, you're sad he's gone, but there's a switch right here in front of you. Will you flip it? Will you celebrate his win? Win? Don't you mean loss? I thought you said dying sucks. That's the funny thing about death. It's a loss and a win all at the same time for all of us. Yeah, we lose this world, but we gain heaven. That's a win. Yeah, we lose this world, but we gain rest from struggle and respite from sickness and peace from suffering. That's a win. Yeah, we lose this world, but if you're a person of faith, then you gain reunion with loved ones gone before you and strolls along streets of gold and a special mansion prepared just for you where you get to spend eternity. That's something to celebrate. That's something to dance about. And every day you celebrate your husband's victory, you burn off just a little more grief weight and feel better. That's a win.